It was a Friday night, and a group of friends and I thought it'd be a perfect night to hit up the bars in East Lansing. We hop in an Uber and arrive at Lou and Harry's with a long line ahead of us. A large, belligerent man reluctantly made his way out of the bar with two of his friends, and it was clear that the bouncers kicked him out as he was expelling profanities towards the bouncers and towards the smokers outside. There were a group of girls in front of me who clearly seemed disturbed about what was occurring. They stood their ground, not moving out of the way of the man, as he decided to stiff-shoulder one of the girls. In an annoyed, disgusting tone, she said, "Hey, watch yourself next time." The man then turned and faced her, and based on his facial expression, I immediately knew something ugly was going to happen. "What did you say to me?" he said, and then he proceeded to punch her in the face. I couldn't believe what I had just witnessed. Never in my life had I firsthand seen a man forcibly punch a woman. It felt like I was watching a movie. In the process of my brain questioning what I had just seen, I just froze and gasped, along with most of the people there. She stumbled back into the arms of her friends. Overwhelmed with emotion, one of her friends screamed, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Get the fuck out of here." The man proceeded to worm his way through his friends, who at that point made a physical barrier between him and the women. After he wormed through, he punched that lady in the face. Everyone gasped and started yelling, while moving with no intention or authority towards the man. It seemed as if every witness there was experiencing the same conscious glitch of knowing they should act and physically not doing anything. I think no one acted right away because it isn't their job to do so. In a society, most people conform to whatever role they play. And in that situation, everyone's role, except for the parties of the perpetrator and the victim, were to wait in line and get into the bar, mind their own business, while talking with their friends. However, it was the bouncer's job to intervene. The bouncers then stormed out of the bar, grabbed the man, pushed him up against a construction fence in the back alley. The man resisted, and I couldn't tell if he was trying to punch the bouncers in the face, trying to get free, or both. But his friends managed to get the bouncers away from him, and they scurried off into the distance. As this was occurring, I can crop this. People rushed to the woman to see how they were. The man and his friends then scurried away after the bouncers released him. And then just like that, it was over. This situation is evident of a sort of patriarchal society that is rooted in the premise, which many men have, about the ability to physically dominate a woman through different forms of abuse and assault. A large man with a striking physical dominance over a group of women used that to his advantage when perpetrating violence against two women just trying to stand their ground. Along with patriarchy, was the instance at the bar also a sign of sexism? One could argue that if a man were to say, "Hey, watch yourself next time," instead of the woman, this instance may not have ever happened. The man clearly thought of himself as better than the woman, and he used his physicality to prove it. Looking back on the situation, I could have and should have done things differently. After all, I was within 10 feet of the situation. But all I did was observe. Intervention could have taken place as soon as he stiff-shouldered the girl, and it should have especially happened after he punched the first one. But the question is, what should have been done? Should I have physically confronted the man with the group of friends that I was with? After all, people were shouting at him, but a simple "don't do that" or "stop" wasn't going to stop him. Physical force would be the only option, as he had no sense of morality. So yes, me, along with every other witness in that situation, should have stepped in, but we did not. Why? Is there some sort of normalizing agent that keeps people from challenging the social inequality? As I mentioned earlier, I think it has something to do with group conformity. I say that it is probable in this event that me and everyone in line were following prescriptions or doing the things we were supposed to do. When looking at how a society functions, people act and conform to roles, and don't go out of those roles, norms, or boundaries associated with that. As a people waiting to enter a bar and talking amongst friends, any sort of deviant act, in the mind of the would say deviant person, would call for the unwanted attention and perhaps a negative perception from the group that they're with. I believe that this keeps people from doing the right thing. Everyone there witnessed what was occurring. Everyone there gasped, and it was evident most of the people were thinking about intervening. Yet, no one did. Not even me.